Citizens in Lawrence should be outraged at what's going on right now at City Hall.
New at 6, the NBC 10 investigators have a new investigation into our ongoing Commonwealth Confidential State of Policing series. This is where we dig into the state of policing in Massachusetts. Tonight, we are taking a closer look at a controversy inside the department in Lawrence. That's where the provisional police chief, a close political ally of the city's mayor, has been paid a six-figure salary to stay at home for nearly a year. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Glenn Jones. NBC 10 investigator Ryan Kath has been digging for information that city leaders have been very slow to provide. Ryan, what'd you find out?
Well, Glenn, William Castro continues to collect a paycheck, even though the state's oversight board suspended his law enforcement credentials last March. We've learned the city's internal investigation into the allegations wrapped up months ago, but the findings remain hidden from the public.
First, I'd like to thank Mayor Brian DePena.
Lawrence Mayor Brian DePena raised eyebrows when he named William Castro as the city's acting police chief in October 2023. Castro was the mayor's chief of staff and previously worked 2 decades as a correctional officer for the Essex County Sheriff. Just months later, the Massachusetts Post Commission suspended Castro's certification after he chased a suspect in the middle of the day who was wanted for writing a bad check. According to the Law Enforcement Oversight Agency, Castro was untruthful in his written report about the incident and also accused him of questionable hiring practices as the city's top cop.
William Castro is a great police chief.
The mayor gave Castro his vote of support when he placed him on paid administrative leave. And records we obtained show Castro has continued to collect his $210,000 salary for nearly a year. A bitter pill for people like retired city worker James Mealy.
It's kind of a slap in the face to not only me, but everybody that works for the city. When you have a guy on suspension getting paid triple digits to stay home and not do anything.
What is your message to tax?
Honestly, bro, that's crazy. That is absolutely wild. He had a dream job. He stayed home, didn't do anything, didn't have to chase no bad guys, didn't have to write no tickets. Getting paid $200,000. I would have stayed quiet too if I was him. This is reckless. If I was in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and I'm a taxpayer in that town, I am a taxpayer in Massachusetts. Lawrence specifically, I'd be upset. If I was a police officer and upset, why is this man getting paid this egregious amount of money to stay, knowing that he's on suspension? It's crazy to me. It is crazy. Does not make sense. I feel like at this point in time, anybody could be a police officer. Anybody could be a mayor. Anyone can do it. You don't even have to speak much of English. Anybody can sign up for the job as long as the people like you, they're going to vote you in and you to go. This is why the crime in Lawrence is so aggressive. This is why. Because stuff is not really being organized. Stuff is not being taken care of professionally. It seems like the mayor is going to have to do my research on him because this is reckless. This is reckless.
Taxpayers who wonder why these investigations take so long.
But my message is it's a normal process.
We sat down with Mayor DePena alongside our colleagues at Telemundo to ask why the police chief uncertainty drags on.
Porque cuando una persona se suspende,
because when a person is suspended under an investigation until he's found guilty, his salary has to be maintained. It's a normal practice to avoid lawsuits.
We learned the city
Clearly, Lawrence, Massachusetts is a Spanish community. Clearly. The mayor does not even speak English. Living in the United States of America, y'all. It's Boston, Massachusetts, very liberal. I get it. I understand. I understand. But he barely speaks English. Mayor. Who is voting for him? Who voted for him? This is why. Y'all go and y'all vote for somebody y'all don't really know. Thought it was sweet. And now he's out here putting people in positions of power that are just stealing money, pretty much stealing. This is seeming real suspect. I can't.
He hired Daniel Bennett, the state's former Secretary of Public Safety, to conduct the investigation into Castro. That report was complete last October, but the mayor told us he then ordered a second investigation.
Look,
I want them to do this. I want to prevent it from being tainted and to make sure that it's a very transparent investigation.
Y usted se está manteniendo al margen de la investigación.
Like never before. And I want to stay more on the sidelines always. I'm deeply concerned with transparency.
When it comes to transparency, how would you describe what's going on?
Very non-transparent, just the opposite.
Chris Ryan is president of the New England Police Benevolent Association, which represents the police unions in Lawrence. They've been fighting for months to get a copy of the investigative report.
It is complete taxpayer waste when the citizens deserve better and the officers deserve better.
So the city denied multiple public records requests by the union for a copy of that report, but the Secretary of State recently ordered the city to provide it with a deadline earlier this week. We asked for a copy too and are still waiting. We've also requested records showing how much taxpayers are spending on the two different investigations. We'll keep following the story. Ryan Kath, NBC 10 Investigator.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments. To know y'all thoughts. I live in the city of Boston, so I'm very familiar with the areas. I don't really go up this area. It's not too safe over there. Choose not to. As you know, person I am. Key, safe, nice area, family oriented area, education, school. You know, the normal stuff that people are less drunk. I see stuff like this, really makes me question what's going on. Makes me question what's going on in the police office. They working together to make themselves to be a benefit to them, to each other. They actually doing the right thing. A lot of things are going through my head now because seeing this and I'm thinking like there's got to be more. There's got to be more. What is actually going on here in to the mayor, when it comes to police chiefs? Is it corrupt? Is it corrupt? Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I'd really like to know. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership.